I want to talk about catalog and body of work, right? And how important it is to keep working and keep creating, regardless of the obstacles, regardless of how you feel. Later down the road, things will work out. So before I get too much into it, let's just get me into it.
Confused about it. And I remember like questioning everything, like, damn, I don't really have no part of the game that braced me for that. I don't have no mantras that I remember hearing or nothing I grew up around. Yeah. I ain't had no answer for that one. But, you know, it kind of discouraged me for a long time. But I had accumulated so much music. But from when I got raided, I stopped really recording every day and got back into hustling full time because I gotta fight a case now and I need a lawyer and I can't even really afford to sit in the studio like that. And probably like 6 months to a year later, a person named Johnny Shipes, he was an executive at Epic Records. He had a joint venture up there at Epic, reached out and he took songs off my MySpace and played them for Epic Records. They wanted to sign me off the old music. He put a contract on the table and broke bread with me. And it was all off old work, and I realized, like, damn, this is back pay.
So, for those who were a little bit lost in the beginning, Nip, when he took the music serious, right, he had several different obstacles with his store getting raided, to his brother going, serving time, to, shutting down of the studios and all this crazy stuff, right? That got him very discouraged, which happens to a lot of us, not necessarily maybe all those different things, but as far as obstacles that are going to actually like push us back, like, man, what is the point of this, right? But he admitted, like, yo, I thought this was going to, the second that I came pure and the second that I committed to my music, I thought it was going to turn around right away. And it wasn't until later that he got presented an opportunity that changed his whole music career pretty much at that point, right? And it's all because of the back catalog that he had. It was all based off the work that he was putting in consistently over and over and over, and there was no results at that moment, right? And that happens to a lot of brands, a lot of businesses where, certain, especially in this generation where a lot of things are felt like it should happen overnight. If I do this for a few weeks, I'm gonna blow up. Boom, right? If I post for a whole month, I'm gonna get all these different followers. I'm gonna be able to monetize my brand. Everything's gonna sell out. We're gonna be good because this person did it and it's great, right? Majority of things don't happen overnight. And if you've seen the pattern of the greats that we keep bringing up, they've worked years before certain opportunities presented itself, right? They worked, they invested, whether it was time or money. They sacrificed, whether it was family or just mental space and everything like that, to finally, years down the line, it pay off, right? We went over Jay-Z, shout out to all the YouTube subscribers, because they're seeing those clips, right, where every record label he went to, they said no. They said he was horrible. This is not happening, right? And he had to do it by himself with two of his closest friends, right? Nip took that same path. Yo, you know what? I'm gonna just keep moving. I'm gonna be committed. I'm gonna do this. And it finally paid off, where even he was like, nah, I ain't even about the music anymore. They're like, nah, hold on. If you don't want to figure it out, let me grab some of your old stuff because it's that fire, and let me present you with a contract. So Moose, what was your thoughts about the clip, and like how do you what is one or two things that can help getting over those obstacles and continue to work?
Yeah, yeah. The first one off the bat, embrace the calling. Embrace the calling, right? Maybe at the time when they came to him, he wasn't as involved in music, but you don't build such a strong, powerful body of work if in that season of life he embraced the calling, he was dedicated to his craft, he was doing everything that he had to do, and organically, even if it wasn't embraced at the time, it brought about the fruit of the labor, right? Like it really caught up to him. And I noticed when you don't embrace the calling, that was something I had to check myself on, especially in this season, right? It's like my excuse all the time was, I just don't like to create my own content, or I'm too self-critical. I'm a perfectionist. I all of this. And I should hire people. And then when I embrace the calling, I've hired people that I'm not even utilizing, because now I'm noticing the energy get generated where I'm doing my own stuff now. That I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
That's big.
Embrace the calling. Yeah,
big.
you embrace the calling, and then all of a sudden you notice you're starting to get energy for things that you normally wouldn't enjoy. And we've talked about this. So I'm just like, man, something special happens when you just say, you know what? I understand that so-and-so may not agree or like what I'm about to do, but I'm dedicating my life to this. I'm going all in. I don't want no other options or alternative. This is what I'm doing. And once you do that, something special begins to happen from an energy standpoint, from an attraction standpoint, in terms of who you begin to attract into your life, from a response standpoint, even how people begin to respond to you. So in short, Nicky, all I would say here is this concept of embrace the calling. Everything that you're looking for is on the other side of that. Consistency, discipline, right? All of those things, creativity, the resourcefulness, all of those things come out when you embrace the calling, that you're just giving yourself almost like a no way out. I'm jumping. If the parachute don't open, whatever, this is the call that I've taken on. So I noticed that's just something that you hear in his tone. It's like, unfortunately, they didn't embrace me back then, and I had to make a move because circumstances called for it. However, because I was dedicated during that time, look what happens. Now someone from the label comes back, gives him an opportunity that really, without the music, you could make an argument that it wouldn't be as big as we know it to be today, because in some of his interviews, he talks about his inspiration of looking at a Jay-Z and a P. Diddy, with them using the music to then go to clothing and then go into other ventures. Everything kind of pivoted off of the music. So it's like, I'm grateful that he did that at one point, because without that music, we don't get to see him for what he is today. So, yeah.
Sheesh. I don't have to say much. I'm just gonna go to the next one. Nope, not gonna do it.